Noah Keller woke to a ceiling he didn't recognize. It looked too white, too polished, too far from the cracked beige of his own apartment. The sheets were softer, the air unfamiliar, carrying a faint perfume he couldn't place. His head throbbed, as if someone had drilled a pulse behind his eyes. For a moment he lay still, hoping his surroundings would rearrange into something that made sense. They didn't. He pushed himself upright, the motion making his stomach twist. Clothes were scattered across the floor, his shirt crumpled near a tall mirror, his jeans hanging halfway off a chair. He remembered flashes of last night, the dim bar, the soft music, the way he'd forced himself to drink enough to smother the loneliness he normally kept locked behind routine. Then he remembered her. A woman with dark eyes, a voice that slid easily into his thoughts, a smile that made him forget how awkward he usually felt around strangers. They had talked, or something close to it. He remembered laughter, her hand brushing his arm, a warm closeness he hadn't felt in years. But her name? It hovered just out of reach, dissolving every time he tried to pull it forward. He swung his legs off the bed, wincing as a sting shot through his shoulder. He reached up instinctively and froze. His fingertips touched something wrong. The skin felt softer than it should, swollen, warm, and uneven. When he pulled his hand back, his breath caught. There was a faint smear on his fingers, a pale yellowish residue that didn't look like sweat. He stood quickly, stepping toward the light. His reflection showed a patch on his shoulder, dark, cracked at the edges, as if the skin had been burned and left to fester. "What the hell?" he whispered. His pulse jumped. He scanned the room again, searching for the woman, searching for any sign she might still be here to explain what he was seeing. Nothing. The apartment felt untouched, silent. A glass sat on the nightstand, half full. A black heel lay near the door. But she was gone, leaving him with a wound that shouldn't exist. He grabbed his clothes with shaking hands, dressing as quickly as his dizziness allowed. The apartment felt tight, airless, as if the walls themselves were pushing him toward the exit. He didn't remember coming here. He didn't remember anything after stepping into the alley behind the bar with her. That blank space, that missing stretch of time, pressed against his chest like a hand. Outside, cold air slapped his face. The street was nearly empty, early light spreading across wet pavement. His shoulder throbbed harder now, a growing heat that crawled inward. He kept seeing her eyes, dark, intense, watching him with something he hadn't understood. A message buzzed on his phone, his sister asking if he was alive. He didn't answer. He couldn't. He walked fast, unsure where he was going, only knowing he had to get away from that apartment before his thoughts collapsed completely. As he turned the corner, a sudden realization stopped him cold. He didn't know her real name, not her last name, not her first, not anything. And if he didn't know her, then who had he actually gone home with? He felt the questions settle heavily, pointing him toward the only place he could start looking for answers, the bar from last night. The bar looked different in daylight. Smaller, quieter, stripped of the haze that had made everything feel warm and harmless last night. Noah hesitated before reaching for the door, rubbing his shoulder through his shirt. The burning had spread, a steady throb that made it hard to think. He pushed inside anyway. He had no other place to start. The bartender glanced up from polishing glasses. A stocky man in his 40s, beard trimmed neatly, eyes sharp even at noon. He studied Noah for a moment, recognition flickering. "You were here last night," he said. "Rough morning?" "Something like that." Noah moved closer, gripping the counter to steady himself. "I'm looking for the woman I left with. I don't remember her name." The bartender raised an eyebrow. "That's not usually a good sign." "She had dark hair," Noah continued. "Long, Straight. About my height. She was wearing a silver bracelet. The man nodded slowly. Yeah, I remember her. Came in alone. Didn't talk much at first. What was her name? Noah asked, trying to keep the desperation from shaking his voice. She gave 2. The bartender leaned forward. Told me her name was Elise. But later, when she closed her tab, she signed the receipt as something else. Raina, I think. He shrugged. People reinvent themselves in bars all the time. Noah's stomach dropped. 2 names, 2 personas, and he had followed her without thinking. Do you know where she lives, or anything about her? If I did, I wouldn't share it, the bartender replied. But she wasn't a regular. Never seen her before. A wave of frustration hit, sharp and sudden. She left me in her apartment, alone, and I'm pretty sure something happened to me, something bad. The bartender's expression shifted. Bad like what? Noah hesitated, pulling his collar down slightly. The man's eyes widened as he saw the dark patch spreading along Noah's shoulder. Jesus, he muttered. That doesn't look like a hangover problem. I need to find her, Noah said. Do you have cameras here? Maybe you caught her coming in or leaving. Cameras face the register, not the door, the bartender answered. But someone else might have seen her. He pointed toward the far end of the bar, where a woman sat alone, sipping coffee, scrolling her phone. She was here last night. Stayed late. Noah approached the woman slowly. She looked up, wary, but not unfriendly. I'm sorry to bother you, Noah said. I'm trying to find the woman I left with last night. Did you see her? The woman studied him, then nodded. Dark eyes? Kinda intense? Yes. She watched everyone, the woman said softly. Not in a flirt way, more like she was checking exits, like she didn't want to be seen. Did she leave with me willingly? Noah asked. Yeah, the woman said, but she looked uneasy. Kept looking over her shoulder. I thought maybe someone was following her. A chill crawled down Noah's spine. Did you see who? No, she rushed out with you before I could. Noah stepped back, feeling the room tilt. The burning in his shoulder pulsed harder, crawling across his skin like a warning. Look, the woman added, lowering her voice. If she gave you 2 names, that's not someone living a simple life. Noah swallowed hard. I don't think she was running from me. He turned toward the exit, the weight of uncertainty pressing heavier with every breath. If she was running, then someone else from last night was looking for her, and possibly for him. And whatever had been done to his skin might be only the beginning. He needed answers, and the urgency pushed him toward the one place capable of giving them: the hospital. The hospital's sliding doors parted as Noah walked in, the fluorescent lights hitting him like a wave. His shoulder pulsed under his shirt, each step stirring a deeper burn. A nurse at the front desk glanced up, offering a practiced smile that faltered the moment she saw his face. Sir, are you okay? I need someone to look at my shoulder, Noah said. Something's wrong. I don't know what happened. She motioned him closer. How long has it been like that? Since this morning, he said. I think it started last night. Concern crept across her features. Wait here. Don't touch anything. Her tone made his stomach tighten. He watched her disappear behind a set of double doors, whispering to someone out of sight. A minute later, a doctor approached, tall, mid-50s, eyes sharp behind his glasses. I'm Dr. Levin. Come with me. Noah followed him into a small examination room. The door closed softly, sealing them inside. Dr. Levin gestured toward the chair. Show me the area. With trembling fingers, Noah peeled his shirt away. The doctor's breath caught before he masked it with a calm expression. The skin was now cracked across a wider patch, edges darkened like bruises spreading under the surface. "How did this happen?" Dr. Levin asked. "I don't know," Noah said. "I woke up in a stranger's apartment. I don't remember anything after leaving the bar with her." "Her?" "A woman. Dark hair. Different names. I can't even remember which one's real." Dr. Levin leaned in, inspecting the wound without touching. "You said it started last night?" "Yes." "This doesn't look like anything that develops overnight," he said quietly. "It looks like exposure to a corrosive agent, something industrial." Noah's breath hitched. "Like a chemical burn." "Something more controlled, something you don't find by accident." Dr. Levin stood and opened a drawer. "I'm going to take a sample. Hold still." A sharp pinch hit Noah's skin as the doctor collected a small scraping. He sealed it quickly in a vial and placed it in a red biohazard bag. "Is it serious?" Noah asked, fighting dizziness. "I need to run tests," Dr. Levin replied, "but this type of reaction is unusual. You need to stay nearby in case the symptoms worsen." "Do you think she did this to me?" The doctor paused. "I think someone did something to you." Those words struck harder than the pain in Noah's shoulder. Dr. Levin stepped out to deliver the sample. Noah sat alone, staring at the walls, replaying every moment he could recall. Her smile, her clenched jaw, the tremor in her hands. None of it connected to this. A soft knock interrupted his thoughts. His phone buzzed at the same time. He checked the screen. Mia calling. He answered. "Mia?" "Noah, where are you? I've been texting all morning." "I'm at the hospital," he said. "Something's wrong with my skin." "What do you mean, wrong?" He hesitated, then exhaled shakily. "It's rotting." There was a stretch of silence, then Mia's voice broke through. "I'm coming there. Don't move." "No, don't," Noah said. "I don't want you to see. I'm coming." Before he could argue, the door opened again. Dr. Levin returned, expression tighter, more urgent. "Noah, we need you to step into another room. We're running the test right now, but—" He lowered his voice. "Security protocols require isolation if certain chemicals are suspected." "Certain chemicals?" Noah repeated. "What chemicals?" Dr. Levin glanced at the door. "Ones used in targeted assaults." The room swayed for a second. "Assaults?" Noah murmured. "We'll know more soon," the doctor said. "Please, follow me." As Noah stood, his phone buzzed again. A text from Mia. "I found something about that woman. Call me." But he couldn't. Dr. Levin was already guiding him down a hallway that felt too quiet, too tense. When they reached the isolation room, Noah stepped inside, heart pounding. The doctor met his gaze. "If the results confirm what I think," Dr. Levin said softly, "someone exposed you intentionally." Before Noah could process that, a nurse rushed in with a folder, whispering urgently in the doctor's ear. Dr. Levin turned toward Noah, face pale. "Mr. Keller, we need you to come back immediately." The test results had revealed something worse. Dr. Levin shut the isolation room door behind him, his expression tight enough to crush the air out of the space. Noah sat on the edge of the bed, shoulder pulsing under the thin hospital gown. The doctor held the folder the nurse had delivered, his fingers pressing into it like he was bracing himself. "Noah," he began, voice steady but weighed down. "The sample we took reacted to a compound we almost never see outside controlled environments." "What does that mean?" Noah asked, gripping the bedsheet. It means the substance on your skin is a synthetic accelerant, Dr. Levin said. It's used in certain criminal interrogations and targeted assaults. It eats through the upper layers of skin and spreads if not neutralized quickly. Noah's breath hitched. You're saying someone did this on purpose? That's what the compound suggests. A cold pressure filled Noah's chest. Everything felt too loud, too bright. Am I going to lose my arm? We caught it early enough, Dr. Levin said. But without treatment, it could have gone significantly deeper. You need medication, monitoring, and we need to understand how much exposure you had. Noah swallowed hard. I don't remember anything. I don't remember leaving the bar. I don't remember going to her apartment. I don't even know her real name. Dr. Levin lowered the folder. You said she gave multiple names? Yes. That concerns me, the doctor admitted. People who use accelerants often change identities. They don't leave victims alive unless they need something from them. The words felt like they were slicing into Noah's skull. Why would anyone target me? I'm nobody. Someone targeted you, Dr. Levin repeated. Whether you were meant to survive or not, that's unclear. The room began to tilt again. Noah pressed his forehead into his hand. He heard footsteps outside, then the door clicking open. Mia rushed in before the nurse could stop her. Noah! She froze when she saw the patch on his shoulder. Her face drained. Oh my God! I told you not to come, Noah said weakly. I'm your sister, she whispered. You think I'm just going to stay home while your shoulder looks like it's melting? The thought hollowed something inside him. If someone marked me, he murmured, maybe she was trying to get away from them. Maybe I wasn't supposed to wake up. Mia looked at the still again. Then the woman outside the hospital wasn't there for her. She was there for you. That settled the decision burning inside Noah's chest. I need to find the woman I left the bar with. She's the only person who knows what happened. Dr. Levin stepped forward. Noah, you're not stable yet. I'm not waiting for the people who did this to find me first, Noah said. I can't stay here. Before anyone could argue, he pulled his shirt back on, ignoring the pain. Mia followed him out of the isolation room, refusing to let him walk alone. Outside the hospital, the night air felt colder, pressing against his skin like a warning. The streetlights flickered over empty sidewalks. Where do we even start? Mia asked. She took me to her apartment, Noah said. I remember flashes, dark hallway, a broken elevator, a blue door. That could be anywhere. But Noah's memory sharpened as he focused on the pain. He recognized pieces of the street, the sound of a passing train, the way the city tilted in that neighborhood. He retraced his steps with Mia close behind him, guiding him through the maze of buildings until a familiar alley appeared. This is it, he said, breath shallow. They walked toward the apartment building, run down, silent, lights flickering in the hallways. Noah's chest tightened as they reached the third floor. He found the door he remembered, chipped blue paint, number barely hanging on. He knocked once. No answer. He tried again, louder. A soft rustling came from inside. Then the lock clicked. The door opened just enough to reveal her face, the woman from the bar. Her eyes widened when she saw him, not with surprise, but with dread. Noah, she whispered, you shouldn't be here. He pushed the door open, stepping inside before she could stop him. Why did you leave me? What happened? What did you put on my skin? I didn't hurt you, she said, voice shaking. I tried to keep you alive. Mia stepped beside Noah. Alive from who? The woman, Raina, or Elise, or whatever her real name was, backed away, tears forming. "They were watching me. They still are. You weren't supposed to get involved." "What did they do to me?" Noah demanded. "You were marked," she said. "Not by me. By someone else at the bar. I tried to get you somewhere safe, but they followed us. They always follow." "Why me?" Noah yelled, pain throbbing through his shoulder. Raina's gaze dropped. "Because you talk to me. That's all it takes with them. Anyone who gets near me becomes leverage." Noah felt the room tighten around him. "What do they want?" She opened her mouth, then froze. Footsteps echoed in the hallway, heavy, purposeful. Her face went pale. "It's them." Before Noah could react, the door exploded inward. The door burst open, and the man who stepped inside moved with cold purpose. He reached straight for Raina, fingers closing around her wrist. Noah lunged, slamming into him with a force fueled more by fear than strength. Pain shot through Noah's shoulder, but he pushed harder. The man struck back, hitting the exact spot where Noah was wounded. Noah dropped to one knee, breath shaking, but Mia grabbed a glass vase and smashed it against the intruder's arm. He turned toward her, and something inside Noah snapped. Noah rose with a sound he didn't recognize, raw, desperate, and drove the man to the floor. His fists crashed down again and again, each blow louder than the last. The intruder tried to push him off, but Noah's rage drowned out everything. The pain, the fear, the warning in Raina's voice telling him to stop. The man finally went limp. Noah staggered back, gasping, hands trembling. Mia stared at him, wide-eyed. Raina pressed against the wall, whispering, "You shouldn't have done that. He wasn't alone." Footsteps echoed outside the apartment, multiple pairs, moving fast. Raina's voice broke. "They're coming, and now they won't stop." Noah turned toward the door. The footsteps outside stopped, replaced by a slow, deliberate knock. Raina's face drained. "That's their handler." Noah stepped forward, fists still shaking. "Then tell me why they marked me." Raina swallowed. "Because you were perfect for them. Quiet, predictable, invisible. They choose men who vanish without noise." Mia grabbed Noah's arm. "You're not invisible to me." The doorknob turned. A voice slipped through the crack. "Raina, bring him out." Raina whispered, "If they take you, you don't come back." Noah lifted the intruder's badge he'd taken from the floor. "They think I'll obey. They think I'll break." The door pushed open an inch, revealing dark uniforms waiting. Noah stepped toward the light. "They're wrong." Raina's breath trembled. "Noah, if you walk out—" "I'm done being chosen," he said. The handler's eyes narrowed as Noah appeared. "You weren't supposed to fight," the man said. Noah answered, "Watch me."